Good morning, everybody. Lamar here. We're at that time of the year where we're going to discuss getting trucks and trailers ready for winter weathers. First thing I would do is obviously get my hood open. I'm going to be checking my antifreeze, checking the temp levels, what it's protected at. Move on down the line, checking the hoses, make sure there's no cracks or frays where possible winter expansions could be a problem. While I'm also over here, I'm going to double check my belts, see if there's any cracks, any dry rot. If there is, obviously replace it. Keeping a spare set in my truck with me in the event that I need one out on the road. Also, keep in mind, check your coolant filter, making sure that it's properly serviced, keeping a record of when it's been serviced last. Winter months are hard on air systems because of the water buildup, moisture content, so double check and possibly change out your air dryer filters. While you're here, you can also be checking your tread levels on your steer tires, possibly check lug nuts, make sure there's no rust or cracks on the lugs or even on the bolts. You can get in, check your brake lining on the steer tires, check the diaphragms in your brake chambers. Move into the other side of the truck. Over on this side, you can take a look at your belts a little bit more in depth if need be. Filling up your water, your windshield washer. Obviously keeping an extra bottle of windshield washer fluid along with you. From this side, I would actually go up on top and change out my wiper blades, keeping a spare set with me. Winter months are hard on them. Winter ice ups, you're constantly changing blades. Make sure your washer fluid's full. Over here, double checking your fill filters, keep a spare set with you. Obviously, with winter months coming along, you're going to want to make sure that you carry some kind of anti-gelling or fuel treatment with you. Also, keep in mind if you have to change a fuel filter out on the road, you're going to need to refill that filter back up again. So maybe keep an extra bottle of diesel fuel along. Keep some kind of a drip pan so that when you take this filter off and it starts leaking fuel, you're not just leaking fuel all over the road. On this particular truck, I would remove the step, get into my batteries, double check the connections on them, check when they were last serviced, or not serviced but replaced, possibly replace if need be, cleaning any kind of dirt or corrosion off the terminals, and then I'd spray my terminals. Moving down through, I check all my lights and the hot wire harness on them. If need be, re-grease them with electrical connection grease. Coming back through, one thing I also double check, winter months are hard on, is double checking my grommet and my airlines to make sure I got a proper fit. Looking over my airlines and power cord, and then start in the back, going over suspension and component parts there. Double checking the fifth wheel, obviously making sure that it's properly set. Winter months are hard on that because of the expansion and contractions. Double checking my tread depths on the tire pressures on the tires. Same thing again, checking lugs and lug nuts. Going in underneath and double checking brakes, brake lining, and all the components underneath the truck. Moving on back through. It is federal DOT to have proper mud flapping. Check mud flaps, make sure there's no wear and tear on them. If they are starting to pull out from the bolt holes, just simply replacing the mud flap to make sure that road spray and debris doesn't get up. Checking my lights, checking airbags for any kind of cracks or tears that need replaced before winter months set in. That's pretty much the lowdown of what I would do on the truck. I do pull refrigerated trailers, so I would obviously pretty much do the same thing on my reefer unit, checking the battery, checking fuel, getting it ready for winter months. Simple little thing, checking antifreeze, belts, carrying extra belts. One thing I do carry extra on my truck, I shouldn't say extra, but one thing I do carry, I carry jumper cables along just in case either I or somebody else needs jumped. Again, winter months are hard on batteries. Thing to keep in mind for a lot of people that run West Coast, it is that time of year where tire chains are needed. Double check your tire chains, make sure that they're properly set, no breaks, no kinks, no cracks, make sure they're serviceable. Also, with the winter months coming on, maybe you want to make sure that you have some kind of a kit along. Extra clothes, blankets, non-perishable foods, water, stuff that you can survive in just in case you get stranded out in a snowstorm. Well, gentlemen and ladies, hopefully these tips helped you out and help you to be safe going down the road. One thing to remember is your safety triangles. Make sure that they are not broken and properly stowed away. Also, one thing you want to keep in mind also that I just now thought of, a working fire extinguisher. Otherwise, be safe out there, truck it up. Until next time, have a great day, guys.